Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be reading from the Akashic record, and if this sounds like your story, if you can intuitively relate this with what is going on in your life, then I welcome you to continue to follow me as we explore the story further. Now, this story is about the orator and the aspirant. In this story, our hero is the orator. This is someone who is communicating or perhaps learning to perfect their communication. They are in tune with their intuition, and by the way they speak, they guide people. They give people answers to questions. So we see the orator in relation with the aspirants. The orator encounters the aspirant in the courts. The aspirant is someone who is, or a system, who depends on the keys. They have a collection of keys, solutions from people like the orator, and they are not satisfied. Because the aspirant wants more and more and more, they do not allow the orator to be free. Because I asked, what is the intention of the aspirants from the orator? The aspirant receives knowledge from the orator. So we can definitely see this key. So we can see how the aspirant got one of the extra keys. So the aspirant uses the orator almost like a bird to snoop the territory, to get information, keys, solution. There's something about how the orator is connected to, maybe by past life, this is a gift that was given in the past life, or something intuitive. It's just like a natural gift. And so what does the orator benefit from this? The orator gets to map the way, because the orator also wants to be free. There's a longing to be free. With the card, the runaway, what use is a bird if it is caged? But the key has been given to the aspirants. And so whenever the orator goes out to explore the territory and gives the aspirants the information, because the aspirant demands diligence, it does not believe in setbacks. There's something that the aspirant uses back to enchant the orator back. And I think it's the way that the orator sees this thing. It does not allow the orator to see the aspirant for what it truly is. So instead of seeing this dead, bony hands, it sees living hands instead. So there is an illusion here, there is a deception, and the aspirant isn't allowing the orator to also express its true self. The bird wants to fly, but there's something, there are strings pulling the bird back. So no matter how far you ventured, something kept pulling you back, something enchanting. But we see there was a day that the orator was dancing, expressing itself. There's something about how the orator uses its own magic to do things that are mesmerizing, almost confusing. It uses chaos and uses chaos to create something beautiful. And as it was doing that, it starts to imagine, what if I could do that with the very strings that pull me back to the aspirants? So we see in this day, they are all drunk. It's in the courts, because this is where the aspirant live. In the courts, they are all power drunk, and she's expressing herself. The dancer is expressing herself. The orator expressing herself with her words, whatever it is that she uses to enchant them. And this is her strength. And before you know it, she starts to have small regrets. What am I doing here? Wasting my gift among people who do not appreciate me, who feel entitled, because they have so many keys. One key to them is nothing, but that one key is what will set me free. And so she starts to long, and the air inside of her jumps. She sees a way to escape. But you know what? The aspirant brings all of his games into this. First of all, someone who she respects as a wise man says, no, don't do this. You're smarter than this. There is beauty in other. Yes, there is beauty in other. But the orator has had enough. This is not the way it's done. Use your wisdom. And it's a good advice. But we see the aspirant also sending you can see all of the zodiac, all that he has to stop it, to deliver news. There is a collaboration using all the things that they know could bring back the orator, because suddenly they value the thing that the orator is providing. And this begins to make the orator feel like a thief. Imposter syndrome. You don't deserve this. Even though the cup that they are drinking is inspired by the key that has been given to them through the information, the knowledge that the orator has been providing the aspirant. She takes one Muse and she feels guilty. I don't deserve to drink this. I don't deserve this wealth. Imposter syndrome, where do you see that? And you see, even though she got the Muse, even though she got the cup, she cannot live with herself because she's not used to the freedom that she so wants. And so we see this catalyst that is saying it's time for you to adapt to the freedom that you have been given. So it looks like this change came suddenly, and that was what was most chaotic. It wasn't the freedom that was gone by the physical escape. It was the inner feeling of the changes going on. And they say you've better got to take control, or this change will consume you. And so we see the determination rising, because now she cannot go back. She cannot go back. She has to keep moving forward. The orator has to keep moving forward. And we see the determination to keep going. And before you know it, she meets other people who are like her, who have also gone through this phase of setting themselves free. And they exchange their stories and they become inspired. And one day while they were gathering together, they encounter the same energy, someone from the court. This person thinks, well, I'll call them and then they'll come running. But no, it suddenly looks like the orator has turned cold. Yes, because she's found others where she can pour her emotions. They can get inspiration. And she's done people pleasing. And you said this Muse, this generosity, could be an inner generosity. And this time, she takes time to. She's not afraid to confront any energy that says, come, lose your freedom. And she says, no, I'm going to fight for my freedom. She's not afraid to fight for her freedom or for his freedom. And so we see this orator finally turning and fighting for their own freedom. If this resonates with you, don't forget to follow me, like, and comment and tell me how it relates with you. Thank you.